Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to The Help. Firstly, I just want to say thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so we are back and we're still talking about children and things that affect children in our communities. So today I just want to talk about our emotional involvement. I said I'm a social worker, by the way, and so one of the fundamental principles in social work is that of controlled emotional involvement. Others call it the limited emotional involvement. So basically, we're saying because you're going to be dealing with a lot of people, you have to create that environment that allows the other person to fully express themselves, to fully express their feelings, no matter the kind of feelings. Could be anger, it could be hurt, could be anything. And so you just have to be that safe space and allow them to go through the emotion without you judging them, without you maybe giving some destructive comments. So that one, we call that purposeful expression of feelings. We need you to be that person who allows the other person, like the client. Yeah, if it's in an interview setup, you have to allow the client to fully express themselves. But we're also saying, as you allow them to do that, you have to empathize, try to put yourself in their shoes, try to feel what they're going through, see the world through their own lens and understand them. But the thing about this principle is that sometimes people tend to over empathize. And so instead of feeling with the client, you end up personalizing the problem. You're making it seem like it's yours. So that is the whole aspect around controlled emotional involvement. We're saying, which as much as you're going to be feeling for the client or for the person, feeling with the person, you have to put that line between you and the client, allow them to still own the story, and you help them as they walk through the story. So I've just been thinking lately, looking at our culture, the world that we live in right now. I know Africans, we used to be collectivist in nature, so you'd have the whole families come together, share things, and so children, you just belong to this huge group, and you'd call it family. But now it's more like my families are just moving towards individualism, like it's just me and my husband and my kids, and we're just going to mind that. And when you come to the urban setup, you realize that in your hood you don't even have relatives there. And so I've just been thinking, which maybe that's the reason why we have a lot of kids that are going through life challenges, and then you have no one to reach out to them as immediate as we would want it to be. Could we say that people are now trying to draw back to their own space? Are people trying to draw lines to say, you know what, I'm not going to overstep my boundaries? Are people not concerned with what is happening around them anymore? I've just been trying to really think hard with what could be the reason why people are not reaching out to people. What could be the reason why people choose to ignore certain things? I used to work for Childline in Zimbabwe. I was a call center agent, and you'd receive some calls, and then you'd hear somebody say, so there is this child, they've been here alone, neglected, no parents, or parents are always fighting, and this and that is always going on. And then you'd ask for the time frame, for how long has this been going on? And you hear somebody say 2 months, and you're like, okay, wow. So for the whole 2 months, all of you, the community has been watching this abuse go on. For the whole 2 months, you've been watching a child go through traumatic experiences, and no one was really readily willing to come through for the child. For the whole 2 months, no one had the guts or no one had the nerve to come out and say, you know what, this injustice against the child is wrong. And so could we say that is, are we trying to mind our own business, or we are more like negligent in a way? So I've just been trying to really think around that, because these are things that happen, and people, like, they don't respond as quick as you would want them to respond. So today my encouragement is that, you know what, let's reach out to children. We need to have a certain sense of agency. There's nothing like I'm overstepping my bounds. If you're helping, if you're lending a hand and you're helping, and if you're trying to reach out to the next person, we cannot say that is overstepping our bounds. You are helping the child before damage is done to the child. So please, let us reach out.